Hello MotoGP fans, welcome back to ZNGP today. Marc Marquez has faced a challenging start to the British MotoGP at Silverstone, where he ended the first day in 10th place. Struggling with bike setup and rear grip issues, Marquez reveals his initial plans and the difficulties he faced in securing a strong lap time. Ducati's decision to reduce their GP25 lineup for the 2024 season has raised eyebrows, with Francesco Bagnaia acknowledging the implications of this choice. As Ducati confirms their new team structure, Bagnaia shares his thoughts on the impact of having one fewer GP25 on the grid and looks ahead to the British MotoGP. Jack Miller is facing an uncertain future in MotoGP as he navigates what could be his final weeks in the championship. With no contract offers on the table and his 2025 KTM seat already lost, Miller reflects on his situation with a mix of determination and resignation. Don't forget to click subscribe button and the bell icon for MotoGP news update. Marc Marquez's performance on the first day of the British MotoGP was far from ideal, with the rider ending practice in 10th place. Despite making it into Q2, Marquez expressed dissatisfaction with his performance, highlighting significant struggles with both his riding and bike setup. "Today was not a good day, I'm not happy. The only positive is that we are in the top 10. Apart from that, the feeling was terrible. I need to work on myself. And we need to understand how to find a bit better feeling with the bike, and especially the lap time." Quote from Marc Marquez. Marquez's issues began in FP1, where he struggled from the outset. He specifically mentioned problems with cornering and rear grip, areas where he typically excels. Despite attempts to improve the setup in the afternoon session, he remains far from satisfied with the results. "We can say that from the first lap of FP1, we start in a bad way, on riding, on feeling with the bike. Everything was super difficult to understand," Marquez told by Crash. On the afternoon of the first day, Marquez's strategy included seeking a tow to improve his lap time, initially targeting Alex Espargaro. However, with Espargaro not pushing hard, Marquez ended up following Jorge Martin, whose pace was more beneficial. Marquez's approach contrasts with his earlier season strategy, where he felt more self-reliant on Ducati for time attacks. "Today was the first day of the 2024 season to follow somebody. I went out behind Alex Espargaro from the pits. But Alex didn't push and, of course, I say I will not push too. So, then arrived Jorge Martin, and then that is when I followed Martin. But my initial plan was to follow Alex." Reflecting on his performance, Marquez admits to feeling lost and recognizes that adapting to new strategies and setups is crucial. He acknowledges that Silverstone will not be the last circuit where he faces such difficulties, given his current position in the championship. "Today, I feel like I was lost. In the other tracks, I feel like okay, I'm feeling good, I can do it, the fast lap, and I feel better alone. But today I was lost." With Francesco Bagnaia and Jorge Martin showing strong form at Silverstone, Marquez faces a challenging path to the championship. His current 56-point deficit underscores the difficulties he must overcome to close the gap to the leaders. Despite the setbacks, Marquez remains focused on improving his performance as the season progresses. "This will not be the last circuit that I will struggle at," Marquez concluded. Marquez's reflections reveal a rider grappling with both technical and strategic challenges, as he seeks to regain his competitive edge. The British MotoGP will be a crucial test of his ability to adapt and overcome these hurdles. Marc Marquez's struggles at Silverstone highlight the complexities of his current MotoGP campaign. As he works to address his performance issues and navigate the championship challenges, Marquez's ability to adapt will be key to his success. Stay tuned for further updates as the British MotoGP continues and Marquez aims to turn his fortunes around. Ducati has announced that for the 2024 season, they will field only 3 GP25s. The VR46 team will replace Pramac as Ducati's factory-supported satellite team, but will only have access to a single GP25, with the rest of their lineup featuring a year-old bike. This change means fewer identical machines on the grid, affecting data collection and team strategy. Not a big disadvantage, but 4 bikes are better than 3. 4 bikes give you more data. You understand more things. Quote from Francesco Bagnaia. Bagnaia, who will continue with Ducati alongside Marc Marquez, recognizes that having fewer bikes limits the amount of data available for improving the GP25. With only 3 bikes now running the new model, Ducati's testing and development may face challenges compared to having 4. It's better because, in a test, you can give all 4 riders something to do. This year already, I didn't finish the job in the test. It's better to have 4 bikes to give the factory teams the same bikes. Entering the British MotoGP, Bagnaia remains a strong contender, leading Jorge Martin by 10 points. Despite a competitive performance on Friday, Bagnaia was 3rd fastest, with Martin topping the time sheet. Bagnaia noted some issues with his bike's performance, and compared it to his experience with Pirelli tires from the Ducati Race of Champions. The bike is very nervous, there is a lot of shaking. We must improve it. I'm happy considering this is the first time at Silverstone on a Friday where I am competitive. Martin in this moment is a bit faster. We already know why, where and what to do. Bagnaia detailed his challenges with the bike, including handling and tire performance. He noted that while Michelin tires offer better support, Pirelli tires, used recently on a Panigale V4, provide more corner speed but less support, impacting braking performance. Less support. Michelin has much more support. Maybe less grip, but support is everything for us because we use braking a lot. With more support, you can exaggerate, Bagnaia added. As Bagnaia prepares for the rest of the weekend, he remains focused on improving his setup and performance. Despite the challenges posed by Ducati's new team structure and the current bike issues, Bagnaia is determined to maintain his competitive edge and address the areas where he and his team need to improve. Our hard front was better than the medium. We didn't go with the hard because tomorrow and Sunday will be cooler, Bagnaia concluded. The reduced GP25 lineup and the adjustments in bike setup reflect the ongoing evolution within Ducati. Bagnaia's insights highlight the challenges and strategic considerations as he and his team navigate the remainder of the season. Ducati's decision to run fewer GP25s and the subsequent effects on performance and data collection present new challenges for Pecco Bagnaia and his team. As the British MotoGP unfolds, Bagnaia remains focused on overcoming these obstacles and continuing his strong season. Stay tuned for more updates as the action at Silverstone continues. Arriving at the British MotoGP, Jack Miller is grappling with a challenging phase in his career. Having lost his factory KTM seat and with no contract offers for next year, Miller admitted to feeling the weight of his situation, but remains committed to making the most of his remaining races. I'm past rock bottom. Rock bottom was about 2 weeks ago. I'm past that point now. I've got 10 races left to enjoy what has been my life for the past 10 or so years. I'm trying to make the most of it. Quote from Jack Miller. Despite his struggles, Miller displayed a resilient attitude, aiming to salvage his MotoGP career with a strong finish to the season. He reflected on his performance at Silverstone, where he was 5th fastest in Friday practice, and the challenges of adapting to the bike's handling. It was gusty. I never once felt nervous even putting the hard fronts on, which is rare here. The bike works well. I put a decent lap in at the end. It's weird, the soft tire. It's working a different way. It's gelling differently, and it took almost 3 tires to wrap my head around it. Miller is focused on rebuilding his confidence after a difficult period. His performance on Friday was a step forward compared to previous struggles, and he is determined to continue improving. I'm trying to build the confidence back after a really difficult period. The bike felt similar to what I hopped off in Germany and Assen. I was able to go away, think about things, and put them into practice today. Despite not having a perfect setup, Miller remains optimistic. He described the challenges of adjusting to the Silverstone track and working with the bike setup to achieve better results. Here, you can't get a perfect bike because there's so many different elements to this track. It's so bloody big. So you just put band-aids on everything. I don't know if it's helping us, but I can't complain. Miller's teammate, Brad Binder, also faced challenges during Friday practice but managed to secure a solid 7th place. Both riders experienced fewer issues with bike vibrations compared to previous races, offering a glimmer of hope for the team. This afternoon I put in the first soft, and felt not good. I struggled to enter and exit corners. I had an issue with my ride height device. Luckily I put a good lap in on the last run. I've got homework to do, we need to improve a lot. As Miller continues to face an uncertain future, he remains focused on maximizing his performance in the final races of the season. The prospect of moving to World Superbikes or other opportunities looms, but Miller's determination to finish his MotoGP career on a high note remains evident. I feel like I haven't had vibrations today. I'm holding out hope until all doors are closed. I can only do the best that I can do, Miller concluded. Jack Miller's determination to make the most of his final MotoGP races underscores his passion for the sport, even as he faces an uncertain future. With 10 races left, Miller aims to leave a lasting impression and secure his place in the championship. Stay tuned for further updates as the British MotoGP unfolds and Miller's journey continues. Thanks for watching ZNGP today, and this is your MotoGP news update. See you in the next video.